On this episode of the wrap up, we're going to be talking about TFue and his retirement, as well as all the new updates, buffs, and nerfs, and still things that have not been fixed on Apex Legends. Right now on the RAWNation Wrap Up. All right. I've watched the video. I cannot believe it myself, but after all these years of being live on stream and playing Fortnite and all these other games, TFue has officially retired. In some of the statements that I heard, it sounds like a common theme of stuff that I think stuff even I've even said here on as a streamer about how taxing this becomes. This actually becomes a business. This becomes your job. This becomes something that even when you're on vacation or you're trying to relax, that you're consistently thinking about. Oh my God, what if I fall off? What if the viewers don't come back because I'm not online consistently? This is something that I've been looking at lately about what what it is, our mental health between our real life and being a streamer and being live on this on these platforms. It's kind of crazy how we used to use this, and he's right. We used to use this as a way to get away from our real life and get away from all the problems we had. And now it seems like as you grow in here and as you become, you know, in these different avenues and doing these different things and being competitive in here, that it becomes more of a job and you look for things to get away from actually being here as a streamer. So I just want to get your guys' thoughts on everything.
Yeah. It's definitely obviously a mental toll. Once it becomes a job, it becomes a stress for most people. There are some people out there that just don't have stress factors and it's easy. But even with people like that, once you have a job, you need to make sure you have your time to a vacation. Like even your a normal 9 to 5 job not streaming, you have paid vacation days. You get at least 2 weeks of vacation. These streamers, they push themselves so hard nonstop without taking a vacation, like they need to. It burns them out, mentally, physically. Over time, there's nothing you want to do. You don't want to turn on that stream because it's not a getaway, it's a job, and you're burnt yourself out from it by doing it, you know, 8, 9 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week.
Well, and going along with that, I mean, just for organization purposes, these bigger organizations that are out there, even down to the smaller ones, you've got a big name streamer like Tifu who's has basically a mental break and just is just drained at this point. And what a lot of these people that started during the COVID time up till now, that were like, oh, my big name streamers, Ninja, Tifu, Nick Merckx, all these people, like, oh, it's easy. They don't understand the work and the time and the effort that it takes to put into streaming. I know for myself, I started streaming because I was like, oh, it's an escape and all that. And nowadays, I barely stream, and I think a big thing with that is kind of like what Tifu said. It's just it feels more like a job. It's lost its a little bit of its luster of it as an escape, and I want to be off camera more, doing more stuff outside of actually streaming, and be able to experience things, getting my kids involved in our gaming time and all that. Like, you've everybody has their own stressors, and he said it right. Use it as an escape, and that escape has turned into a job now. And now you're that job, that the whole reason why you started streaming, because you're like, I don't want to have to work. I want to stream and have a good time. And now they don't realize that that's that hidden factor right there.
I think it comes with the territory. If you become famous for playing a certain game or whatever, you're getting paid to do that as well. It does become a job because you are getting paid to do such job. You became a big influence within the game. You have a huge community. It does come with the territory. You will get burnt out, yes, but as any job is, you could love it as much as you want, but when you're doing it consistently, but you're getting paid to do it consistently. It's not like he's just doing it for free. It's a difference. Like for any of us, you know, we do it. It's for free. There, we don't have no sponsorships. We don't have any of that. We don't get paid. We get burnt out for a whole different reason. When somebody's doing it because that paycheck's coming in and stuff like that, that changes it. It's a little more difficult for me, I guess, personally, to see it. Like, yes, you absolutely do get burnt out. You do need vacation time to step away. And if you don't do that, that's a you thing. Because when
Exactly.
you do, yeah, that is a whole you thing. You are fully, he makes his own schedule. It's not like
Exactly.
it's scheduled for him. So for it to be a burnout, again, it's not like how if we do it and we push ourselves and everything else, we're not getting paid to do all of that. So I don't see it the same way as a comparison. It's not a comparison.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I kind of said the vacation line. Like
Mhm.
my 9 to 5, do I get burnt out? Yeah. I mean, I've also been doing it for 8 to 10 years in my line of work, a
Mhm.
normal 9 to 5, not streaming. Do I get burnt out? Absolutely. But you have those times where you can go, oh, you know what? I need a reset. I need a
Mhm.
refresh. I need to get away. I want to spend
Yes.
time with the family. You got that time, you take off. A lot of streamers do it, and they're not burnt out like
And they
others
don't
are.
lose people either because they took a week or two away. They just say, I'm going to be gone for a week or two for myself. Those
Yeah.
people
So
will still be there.
I
I,
think
I
those
think
Yeah, I think those bigger name orgs too, these people that these guys sign on to, because they are obligated. They follow a contract when they sign on with these bigger companies and these organizations. They
job.
sign a contract that says, "Hey, you will stream X amount of hours, X amount of time. You know, this is your job." And I think that even them, like those organizations, sometimes they take it a little too serious. Or like, look, you're just streaming. You're just playing a game, and I think that's where sometimes it happens that way. But I think they don't, just like what I said. A lot of these newer streamers coming into it, they don't understand the work that goes into it. So they push day after day after day, grind after grind after grind, and they don't realize like if you don't stop and smell the roses, as they say, and take some time for yourself, you're going to burn yourself out. Then you're just going to stop altogether and you're going to have a mental break and snap, and then that's it.
I
You
also
never
do
come back.
feel, though, again, that when you're doing this, you get to do it out of the comfort of your own home. It's not like you have to get up at the ass crack of dawn at 4 o'clock in the morning to go and do said stream or whatever. You get to pick and choose your schedule, your hours, stuff like that. Even if you do sign a contract and say, hey, this is what I'm obligated to do, you get to set that out as long as you meet those obligations. You've done it.
I
The streaming world, I feel it's very people get babied. That's what it is. It comes down to, again, you're doing this out of the comfort of your own home. You're getting paid bukus of dollars to do this shit, to play all these different games. You get to have things that other people don't, like sneak peeks into new games that are coming, the content that's coming out, this, that, and the third. And you're heard way more when it comes to the gaming community than other people that might have some good 2 cents to put into something, but they're not going to be heard. The faces of these games are going to be heard. So
I
again, I do have that. Like it's very difficult for me to be
I see
like,
where Queen's coming from, and I feel like I agree with her on that. I honestly think the it was for me it was a video where he wanted his little bit of attention, because if he would have just released a video going, "Hey guys, I made a lot of money. I'm tired, and I'm just going to retire." That's
fact.
different. You're not going to get the reaction of him having a mental breakdown that he
Yeah.
had. Mind you, was it real? Very much so. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
sure he was done,
Mhm.
but for him, like he made his stamp, he made his name. He's tired. Just say, "Hey, man, I'm retiring. I'm done. Maybe I'll come back when after a lengthy break or something."
Mhm.
I it was a job, and that's how it goes. Like,
Yeah.
you need your mental reset. That's fine, but you made the money. You retired. Just say, "I'm retiring." That's all. Like, you don't need to put as much into it as was put into it.
But I mean, also the other half of that is being on the competitive side for like plenty of years and doing those 18-hour 20-hour days of like
there.
practicing, right? So it is a very strenuous thing, and on the other hand, it's good for people to see that this does like take that toll out on you. People always just see it as a face of we're always laughing and we're having a good time, but they do need to understand that this is something
It's still
that
a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's still a 9 to
Yeah,
5.
absolutely.
and this will take a toll out on you. And I and I
9 to 5. Yep, going to work. every
Agreed.
day, Yep.
Agreed.
and I read this quote today. It says some people are living to die, which is the people that work and they're totally upset about their job, and there's some people that are dying to live. Right?
Yep.
And you're either in one of those two categories. So think about that. Put that little food for thought in your guys' mind. Is this a constant thing with streamers and a lot of streamers don't talk about? Leave that in the comment section below. Let us know what you guys think. And this is probably something that's going to be revisited here on the wrap up. All right, guys, we're talking about Apex news today. A lot of big things happening. The biggest thing of all is the lack of response from EA to tell us what's going on with this rank system. It's more like Ratpex Legends, not Apex Legends anymore, because all you got to do is rat, and you'll get yourself to a Master's badge for this season. With that, we also have Catalyst, who got a major buff. Now, when a Seer throws his ult through to see the Catalyst's players, their teammates, he cannot see through that wall anymore. And Seer also getting a big buff today with his ult, because now when you get hit with his ult, you slow down. You cannot use any of it's. It's almost like Rev hitting you. You cannot use any of your ultimates or anything, and you slow down tremendously. We got two Catalyst players here. One of them just played recently in the ALGS, and the other one will be playing next year in ALGS. What are you guys' thoughts? Our Catalyst mains.
For a reason, but I do like the fact that you can't see through the wall anymore, which I'm just hearing about. Again, I was listening briefly when you guys were talking about it, but I didn't know that was even a thing. So the fact that, now that to me, it's a fix. They fixed it to where you can't, like, that's the whole freaking point of the wall. As JTAY said earlier, it makes no sense that you could beforehand. But, yeah, that's my opinion on it.
I mean, with things that we were discussing offline with this too, like she said, I mean, competing in the ALGS this time around, where we had myself playing Catalyst and one of our teammates playing Seer, not having the ability to see scans and using that ultimate and throwing it over, is it going to hinder that kind of combo usage in probably bigger tournaments and all that? Yeah, it probably will. They'll just have to figure out a workaround for it when it comes to that. I like that you can't see through it. As far as when I've run up against a Catalyst in a Seer combo, it always sucked, because throwing that ultimate and then being able to see me through it sucked. No matter what I did, you typically get shredded, especially when you're walking through that veil, or you get stuck walking through it, and you're already slowed by that. And then now you've got this new Seer buff coming out, so you walk through that, and Seer hits you. So basically, you're double slowed through this, and it's just gonna taking away his ability to see highlights and diamonds through it is just a huge plus, especially when you're going up against it from a competitive standpoint.
And the Pathfinder was the original pick. He's the highest picked thus far for this season. Was Pathfinder with a 10.1 average pick of the season. Now going on to the ranked. I know you haven't played much of it. I have been playing a lot of it, and there is an actual method to the madness of getting through ranked with getting kills and not being a rat the whole time. Unfortunately, you do not get any points from the start till the top 10. So you could kill as many people as you want through that whole time. If you get killed before top 10, none of those kills matter. None of those kills count. None of those kills will matter in your score. You will get a negative 35. that's the way it is. So I have written a method out to get you to top 10. Make sure that the top 10 teams are there. Then go kill people. That is the easiest method to the madness of this. I know it sucks because you do not get any points now. There is absolutely no points for you. It doesn't matter how many people you kill before the top 10. And I know it's kind of crazy. And EA has not responded to this at all. A lot of people are upset with this season's ranking. What are your guys' thoughts on it? I know, Queen, you haven't played much of it. Maybe we should take you in after this is filmed today, so you get a chance to see how the rank is.
Like kill people, but also make it to top 10 and continue killing people. Like don't rat.
It used to be that way.
It's what it used to be.
It used to be.
Well,
That's
and
insane.
and I mean, I know for me when I was playing with it, like for you, what you'll experience and what you'll see is you're just gonna see people finding new spots to hide. What they'll do is they'll land, they'll grab stuff, and then they'll just go they'll find edge of ring, or they'll stay in the ring and just because that first ring doesn't hurt. They just sit in ring and wait for it to close.
Oh,
and
no,
then
they
kind of
fixed that. They've fixed that. It hurts now.
The first ring does. Oh,
The
that's
first
good.
ring
That's a good
hurts.
fix. Yeah, I mean, I knew that just at the beginning of the season. That's what we were dealing with. Is people were just sitting here throwing down heat shield, sitting in storm, throwing down heat shield, sitting in storm, waiting for that first ring to finish closing, where all those teams are just slowly getting wiped, slowly but surely. I think this ranked system is it sucks.
Trash.
I mean,
It's trash.
I think what needs to happen, and I know this is a weird caveat, but kind of along the lines of what Fortnite using their new rank system for. I can tell you right now, I tried just because I wanted to test it out and see what it was like. I tried the ratting, because in the Fortnite rank system you get points for placement as well. I tried the ratting, and I ratted until like a top 10, and then I ran and I just didn't find people. And I finished second place with no kills. And you know how Sweet Dreams did his ratting thing with no kills, no damage, and ratted all the way to Pred this season. I tried that in that system, and you know how much points I got for ratting until second place on that Fortnite system? 0. 0 kills, second place finish, 0 points towards my rank. And I think that's if you're gonna make it to where your placement matters, you need to have placement with kills matter, so that people can't sit and be like, "Hey, congratulations, you ratted and you got second place. Here's 150 RP or LP for getting to second place."
I mean,
but
if you down somebody, there was one match I got 821.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
We downed and killed people at the end of it, and then we got the first place after that.
But that's okay because you killed people at the end. I'm saying like that system is like, hey, it doesn't matter. You go the entire game and you don't do anything, you're not getting anything out of it. So if you're gonna make a rat style system like the way they are, then they need to adjust it to where it'd be like, hey, you have to get kills. If you can, congratulations, you can rat till first place on your team, but they're gonna get points because they got kills. But hey, you did nothing. You did 0 to benefit your team, and you still get the same amount of points. That's stupid.
But what?
Yeah,
what?
I played a couple games and I shut it off and uninstalled it. Like it's a system. They're promoting you to play hide and seek with no seekers. Like if I want to play hide and seek, I'll go download Gmod on my PC and I'll turn into some items and hide.
You can play it on. Isn't there Call of Duty has a prop hunt?
Prop hunt. Yeah, it has a prop hunt mode.
Yeah, you can download it on Gmod and play prop hunt. That's what you're playing on Apex right now. Is you find a spot, you hide, and hope nobody finds you. That's all you're doing.
That's why I said I think if you implement that one fix, I'm okay with this rank system. If you implement the fix of this, hey, guess what? You don't get any kills or any knocks or at all. You get nothing. You get nothing. Sure, maybe you don't lose points. You don't get negative points, but hey, congratulations. You did all of that. Congratulations on hiding. You get 0 points. You did nothing to help benefit your team. If you're not doing anything to benefit your team, you shouldn't get anything out of it. I don't care if you're solo queuing or it's a full squad queuing together.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting. It's definitely going to get interesting. I personally just want to get to the Masters tier and just stop playing, to be honest with you. I just want the Masters for this season because it's so stupid. It's so stupid because it's like everybody could get Bree. If we took Bree in for a week on my alt account, we'll get her in the Masters. But because we still have 40-something days left before this is over, we could get Bree to Masters within a week. Like, that's how easy it is. Like, she can have her Masters badge, she can have her little diving trail. Because everybody, look at, by the end of this season, everybody's going to have a Masters diving trail. Everybody. The whole lobby is just going to have Masters like, this was a total, like, look at, being from season 0 and actually testing this game before you guys could even download this game. This is the by far one of the biggest disappointing things I've ever seen this game go through.
I feel like it's been going down ever since season 1. This Apex started off as such a good game. I loved playing it. And by like I would say season 4, maybe 5, I hadn't touched it. It started going worse and worse with the maps, with the way it felt playing, with the ranked. It all just has been slowly digressing.
Just to give kind of perspective on this. This was on May 22nd, mind you, towards the beginning of the season, okay, of season 17 drop. There were 25,000 Masters and Preds on PC and a combined 54,000 on all platforms. And that was with 70 days left in the ranked season. That was with 70 days left. Now we're at the end of June, and I mean, I couldn't imagine if we looked at 1 month difference and see what the difference in numbers are.
Yeah, well, I've seen the numbers. It's basically everybody's in Masters. Nobody's in these little. There's little. The graph goes like this: Masters is up here, and everything else is down here. And then they have Predator, which is also down there. That's it. Everybody's in Master. Everybody's gonna have a Masters trail. Tell us what you guys think about Apex and all this stuff. Is it? Are you going to continue playing it? Or are you just going to stop playing it like some of the people have been already and going back to other games like COD? Leave it in the comments below. All right, guys. For all the latest news in gaming and in the streaming world, come right here to the RAWNation Wrap Up. Thank you to Queen Chaos and JTAY for coming in today on the Wrap Up. Camera is rolling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shit, goddamn it. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Motherfucking
I keep a straight face. He's watching me change back right at the last second and just cracking him.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, in Apex news, a lot of stuff going on.
I love it. I shouldn't have watched it.
Just don't look at JTAY. You should know that already.
I know. It's my fault.
These are the outtakes of the wrap-up, guys, just in case you didn't know what we do. You think this is all done in one shot. This is the outtake that we have to deal with right here.
You're welcome.
I think I'll put this at the end of the video, so that way people know that we're not just doing this all in one shot. All right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Now I'm going to say ALGS. God damn it. Good JTAY, dude. God damn, this used to be so easy until he started making faces and making Bree laugh.
Right before 1.
All right, ready? 5, 4.
You didn't tell me good night tonight.
We're going to have a lot of outtakes today. 5, 4, 3.
Didn't get his prompts.
You're gonna break Nero before he can finish this.
Right?